Hi folks, and welcome back to the Grumpy Gamer channel. That's it, you guessed it. This is that channel where you get to see this old git talk about modern games. So for today's in-car comments, few things I want to discuss with you guys. The first thing is, some of you may have seen that Game in the UK have put out a press release saying that from the 16th of February this year, they will no longer be taking any physical games or consoles in for trade-in. So this is just another nail in the coffin for physical games. You know, and this has really sort of thrown a bit of a spanner in the works for me, because I was going to pick up the physical release of Vertigo 2, which comes out the 9th of February. So it gives me like a week to get this game completed and get it traded in. Now, I tend to take a bit longer with games, so this might take me 12 to 15 hours to complete. And with life getting in the way, I only get to play 1 or 2 hours a day. So, you know, I don't know whether I'm even going to be able to get this completed and get it traded in before that date. So actually, it sort of made me think again of whether I'm going to pick up the game at all. I'm still going to have a little look between now and the 9th and see if patches are released to improve it. And then see where we go from there. But it's a sad occasion when, like I say, we see physical games just dying off. And at the end of the day, that's what these companies want. They want physical games to die off. Why? Because they don't make any money from the second-hand market. You know, if they sell one game at full price, they earn profit out off of that. As soon as it goes into the second-hand market, that game could be sold 4, 5 times over and over. They earn nothing from that, absolutely nothing from that. So of course they want to kill the second-hand market. Once physical games are gone and it's all digital, then they know that anybody that wants to play their games has to pay full price. It's as simple as that. It's all about corporate greed. You know, at the end of the day, you may recall some years ago, people saying about digital games, people getting excited that, oh, it means games are going to get cheaper because there's no physical production costs. There's no shipping costs. Yeah, how did that work out for us, folks? The games got cheaper? Yeah, I don't think so, have they? No, I think they've actually got more expensive. So like I've said before, we're paying more and more and more, and we're actually owning less and less and less. And that's the way they like it. Even Ubisoft themselves said recently, we need to get players used to not owning their games. Get them used to not owning their games. Let that sink in, folks. So we're going to pay all this money, but they don't even want us owning it anymore. Oh, no. They just want to keep us, they want us to keep giving them money, and they give us nothing really, just access to play a game that they have control of, and they can take it away at any point. So I don't like digital download only. I mean, I'm used to it with VR because most VR games are digital only, but then again, they tend to be a lot cheaper. You know, if I was having to pay £70 a time for a VR game that only lasted for 4 or 5 hours, yeah, I'd probably think again, to be fair, I'd be buying a lot less games. But there we go. So physical games are going away, and that's it. We've just got to get used to it. You know, I know people say about, oh yeah, but it's so convenient. I don't have to go to my local store. You know, I don't even have to get up off the sofa to change a game. But look at the heavy price we pay for that. Look at the heavy price we pay for digital-only games. We're the ones that lose, folks, and they're the ones that gain, and it's plain and simple. I mean, I know with today's games, they're so big that you're not going to get them on a disc anyway, are you? Let's face it. We know that. We know that a physical game now is, you might as well just have a code, because you just stick that disc in and you've got to download the rest anyway. So we're already there. Pretty much. A game you buy physical today, you might not be able to play it in 10 years. It's not like a game like I've got the original Gears of War that I bought for the Xbox 360. That still plays. That still plays, no problem. But hey ho, there we go, folks. Right. The next thing I wanted to talk about is the game Bulletstorm VR. Now, oh my God, this game is getting absolutely trashed, because it is, by all accounts, trash. It's awful. Now, I played the original on the 360, and to be fair, I didn't even really like that, to be honest with you. I found it pretty sort of basic boring gameplay. Story was pretty non-existent. So I didn't even finish it on the 360, but I was interested to see what it was going to be like on the VR, see whether they zhuzhed it up a bit and improved the graphics, improved everything. No, it's actually, by all accounts, got worse. So I would be very careful. If you haven't bought this game already, folks, I would definitely check out some of the reviews before you throw your money down. I mean, this is, by all accounts, just another awful PSVR 2 release. And we've had so many bad ones lately. You know, yes, we've had the Resis, which I think have saved it, to be honest. Resi 4 remake VR mode, that's a massive saviour towards the end of last year. I'm still running through that myself, and I absolutely love that game. I think my two favourite VR games on the PSVR 2 at the moment has to be GT7, especially in the sim rig. It's just amazing. And Resi 4 remake VR mode. I mean, those are my two killer games, I think, at the minute. For me, it's worth buying the PSVR 2 just for them. But this Bulletstorm, my God, I think it's $24.99. So it's not cheap. I possibly wouldn't even give you a tenner for it. Like I said, I'm not picking this up. I'm staying well away from it. So let me know down in the comments, folks. Let me know if you've already picked up Bulletstorm. If you have, how you're getting on with it. What do you think of it? And if you're enjoying it, or if the reviews have already put you off. Oh, before I go, there is one other thing. Don't forget, today, The Last of Us Part 2 Remaster comes out. So when I get back today, I've got the disc. So I'm just going to pop that in and pay the £10 and get the upgrade, because I want to go through that no return, see what that's all about. And then the last thing before I go, folks, is I found out last night that the new Senua Saga game or whatever, Hellblade 2, that comes out, I think it's in May. Now, the shocking thing is, it's about the same length as the original, about 7 to 8 hours. Now, I understand the original being quite short because it was only a AA developer, quite a small developer. So it was almost like they were testing the water with this game. But for the second one, come on. This is basically a flagship game for the Xbox Series S and X. If you remember, before this generation came out, they were showing video of this new Senua Hellblade 2 game as if it was going to be, you know, like I say, a big launch title for the Series X. And yet here we are 3 years down the line, and it's only, well, 4 years down the line, and it's only coming out in May. And it's only, like I say, the same length as the first one. Now, I know social media is already going mental about this one, and it's going to be interesting to see how the Xbox defend it. Because if you may recall, if you followed it on social media, the Xbox were absolutely trying to rip apart Spider-Man 2 for being a short game. Oh, it's just a one and done game, and that's it. It might as well have been just DLC. Well, hang on, chaps. How can you defend this Hellblade 2 at literally 7 or 8 hours? You know, and it's going to be £50, and it's digital only. There's no physical game. You can't buy it physically. You can only buy it digital. So now that is a game that I would want to buy physical and trade in for 50 quid, and you're only getting 7 hours out of it. Nah, that's a no-no for me. So how does this news take you, folks? What do you think about Hellblade 2 and how short it's going to be? Are you going to look to pick it up? I know the graphics are supposed to be really nice, which is great, but come on, they could have at least doubled the length of the game, especially as after the first one. You know, I'm sure they've had a lot more investment in this one. They could have made it longer. You know, and a lot of people say, oh, you don't want a longer game with just filler. No, but come on. I want it to be a bit longer than 7 hours. But that's just my thoughts. Anyway, folks, that's it for today. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I hope you play some great games. And until next time, I shall see you guys on the other side. Adios.